This video introduces the concept of Bioregulatory Systems Medicine, which was published recently in the peer-reviewed journal Frontiers in Physiology in the Systems Biology section. My name is Brian Berman, and I'm a co-author of this publication. Why do we need yet another concept in medicine? I can think of at least two reasons. First, we live in a rapidly transforming society where technological innovations lead to major advances in biology. Today, we analyze more than 90% of our genome and started creating digital encyclopedia of human genes and metabolism, which should further explore how our genetic blueprint is translated into biochemical reactions. Human Genome Project opened a whole new chapter of big data in the biomedical research world. Studies in genomics, proteomics, metabolomics, and other omics created an explosion of unprecedented amounts of potentially clinically relevant data. Arguably, we've learned more in the last 20 years than in the whole history of biology. You might also say we have been flooded with new knowledge and are still trying to make sense of the clinical applications. Second, despite the systems biology revolution, innovation in healthcare is still falling behind these advances. Today, we are in the midst of a global epidemic of chronic diseases, as stated by the World Health Organization. The chronic morbidity accounts for more than 50% of the global disease burden, responsible for nearly 70% of mortality worldwide. Yet, we live longer. In 2020, about 2 in 10 people will be considered elderly. Actually, some argue that 90% of all healthcare costs are already being spent on treating age-related chronic conditions, and this trend is only increasing. So, if this trend continues, healthcare systems will be stretched to the limit and may go bankrupt if no changes are made to improving healthier lives. That is why today there are many advocates for innovating healthcare and making it more integrative, holistic, and patient-centered. So, what are the key determinants of our health? Research in public health suggests that only 10% of our health is addressed by healthcare interventions. The rest is influenced by the interplay between individual heredity and our lifestyle choices, the environment we live in, as well as where we work, play, and learn. But can we go beyond that? Today, new biology science, so-called systems biology, explores this interplay of all these. This is where bioregulatory systems medicine fits in, looking at autoregulation and dysregulation within a system, and what this could mean for the therapeutic approach. So how did our understanding of biology change today? In the past, we tried to explain the behavior of a complex biological system like the human body by the structure and behavior of its individual parts. This was quite straightforward, linear thinking. However, a decade of research after completion of Human Genome Project taught us that the behavior of a complex biological system is a network of interactions between genes, non-coding RNA elements, proteins, and metabolites. Systems biology science proposes novel, non-linear concepts of health and disease. That is, health is a dynamic equilibrium of the complex network interactions between molecules and tissues in the body and between the body and the environment. B, the equilibrium is maintained by autoregulatory feedback loops, or the body's capacity to self-regulate. And C, disease manifests when this dynamic equilibrium is perturbed and is not able to self-regulate. Based on these fundamentals of systems biology, the bioregulatory systems medicine concept explores 3 perspectives. 1, complexity of disease. 2, human capacity to autoregulate. And 3, biological networks of molecules and tissues as an underlying principle connecting biology, lifestyle behaviors, and environmental factors. In this video, I'll focus on one element, autoregulation of biological networks. This concept refers to a human body as a network of genes, metabolites, cells, and tissues that are all interconnected via autoregulatory feedback loops. In other words, we are all made of networks. And how does that fundamentally change our understanding of a disease? Different biological systems interact much more than previously thought. If we are made of networks, no tissue, no molecule is actually isolated. Perturbations in one place may spread throughout the entire network of molecules and tissues, and constant perturbations may critically change the structure and the function of the whole network, manifesting as disease. As a preventative mechanism, nature has built-in autoregulatory feedback loops that maintain network homeostasis in a constantly changing environment. So the main hypothesis of the bioregulatory systems medicine concept is that if we could enhance the autoregulatory capacity of patient, this would help to better cope with perturbations and by doing so reduce disease burden and increase healthy life expectancy. Single target drugs may not always induce the desired effect within the biological system, even if they successfully inhibit or activate a specific target. One reason for this is that organisms can affect the effectiveness of a drug through compensatory ways. So it's suggested that multi-target therapies over many targets in a network may be the most appropriate way to address disease complexity. Bioregulatory systems medicine, by multi-targeting biological networks, aims to enhance autoregulation. We believe this has the potential to provide novel and effective tools for a healthcare practitioner to fundamentally improve patient outcomes in line with scientific advances of this modern age. In the white paper, we discuss in detail the bioregulatory systems medicine model development process, its core elements, and our interpretation. We encourage you to download and read the whole document, which is available on the website www.bioregulatory-systemsmedicine.com.